Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about something that happened out in Oklahoma. We're going to kind of analyze the Sanders case, what happened out there. This is going to be very different than most of the videos on this channel in that genre. You're going to hear me say something I don't think I've ever said before. Because this is a very different situation. It's one that, well, we'll get there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 2 cops shot and killed somebody out in Oklahoma. I have done hundreds of after-action stuff like this. There's probably 50 videos just on the channel where I've done this. Normally, what we do is we go through the video step by step, and I'm telling you what happens and where they break from policy, where the cops break from policy or best practices, and where they do something that's on this list that I have another video. It's called Let's Talk About a Cop Asking Me for Training. And I have a list of things that just tend to lead to bad shoots. And we go through and we talk about what happened and why they occurred. Not as an excuse for what happened, but to pinpoint where the failures occurred, right? This shooting is different. I can't do that because I don't have a clue what happened. There are things that are on that list. You know, they didn't really use time, distance, and cover. Doesn't look like they understood fight, flight, or freeze. Multiple officers giving commands. There's stuff like that in it. But I don't know how any of that led to the shooting. The shooting, from where I'm sitting, is unexplainable. The first part, the first barrage, is unexplainable. The second is just beyond me. I don't understand what occurred. And this is, understand, I've done this a lot. And that explains why things have progressed the way they have. The officers have already been arrested. The footage didn't come out until after they'd been arrested. My guess is that the DA called in state law enforcement and asked them to do what I do in these videos. And state law enforcement was like, I don't have a clue. I have no idea why they fired. And that led to the charges. Now, they have been charged with man 1. The 2 officers have been charged with man 1. And there are questions about that. And I had some. And I looked at the statutes in Oklahoma. And after you read the statutes and you look at the elements that the prosecution would have to prove for the various charges, this is the most severe charge that they stand a high likelihood of getting a conviction. That's what this is. The problem is, I don't think people are going to see this as justice. The minimum sentence on this charge is 4 years. Now, it is an 85 law, which means they'll have to serve 85% of the sentence before they could even be considered for release. So it won't be one of those things where they're sentenced to 4 years and do 6 months. But still, it's 4 years. And I went through and I looked at the other statutes governing, taking another person's life. It's just a thing in Oklahoma. They're all low. They are all low sentences. So it's just odd. I don't feel that people are going to look at this video and then look at the probable sentence and feel like it's justice. One of the lawyers said that, there wasn't anything redeemable in the tape. Normally, the lawyers for the families, they tend to overstate it. I can't disagree with what he said. I do not understand why they fired. I don't understand why they fired the first time, and the second time is just, it's out there. Normally, I watch these videos and break them down so y'all don't have to watch them. If you want to understand what something looks like when it just doesn't add up, this is the video to watch. This is, as far as a shooting, this is the most unexplainable one I've ever seen. I do not get what happened. Now, the charge basically presupposes that they panicked and fired. And maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I do not understand what occurred here. But the normal justifications that officers would give, they're kind of built into this statute as, yeah, okay, so you were afraid and fired in the heat of the moment. That actually makes you guilty of this charge. So the normal defenses that officers use are not really going to help in this one. I have a high expectation that there's going to be convictions on this. But then when it gets to the sentencing, there's probably going to be outcry over that. So that's an overview of it. I don't want to say it's an analysis because I do not understand what occurred. I don't understand why they fired. So anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.